A 7-year-old migrant child is dead. She's been dead for a week, but we are just hearing about it. She died from shock and dehydration after crossing the Mexican border with her father. They were part of a migrant group that willfully turned themselves in to Border Patrol agents. She died 8 hours after that surrender. And although she was to be cared for in the U.S., in U.S. custody, she wasn't rushed to the hospital until she had already stopped breathing. Joining me from our Los Angeles newsroom, MSNBC correspondent Jacob Soboroff. Jacob, what happened?
Hey, Katie. So this young girl's name is Jacqueline Call. That was just confirmed to me by a DHS official after the Guatemalan ministry told the Associated Press earlier this morning. This is just a horrific story. There's no other way to put it, and people on both sides of the political aisle have said this. This 7-year-old crossed with a group of 163 Guatemalan migrants near the Antelope Wells port of entry on the southern border, the southwestern border. You're looking at the map right there, near the Arizona border. And after being detained there for a little bit of time, at 4:30 in the morning, they were put on a bus and headed to the Lordsburg Border Patrol station, about 95 miles away. At 5 o'clock in the morning, we were told by a CBP official earlier today that girl's father notified Border Patrol agents on that bus that she was vomiting, that she was sick, and the girl did not receive medical attention until she arrived at that Border Patrol station at 6:30 in the morning, by which time the father told the agent she had stopped breathing. She was transported by helicopter around 7:45 to El Paso to a hospital where she died the following morning. And it's just a terrible situation that raises really important questions. Perhaps the most important is, what did CBP Commissioner Kevin McAleenan know when he testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee on Tuesday about the conditions in these detention centers for young migrants? He talked about the fact that more families were coming, but he did not mention that he knew that this young girl died, and DHS won't confirm, won't comment on whether or not he knew it at the time, despite the fact that Congress needs to be notified 24 hours after an event like this takes place. A horrific, horrific event.
What's DHS's official response?
The official response about what happened is that people are coming all the time. Family units are increasing in numbers. But it's important to keep this in a larger context, which is, over the course of the last 10 years, the number of migrants that are crossing at the southwest border has gone down. But the number of people dying while trying to do so has gone up. And critics point to these deterrent strategies like a border wall, like pushing people away from ports of entry, waiting in long lines to try to declare asylum, and they end up crossing in more dangerous areas, in more deadly conditions. The official policy put into place in 1993 or 1994 under the Clinton administration was called prevention through deterrence. And if you go back and you look at that policy, Katie, the Border Patrol acknowledges either people are going to try to cross in more deadly areas, areas they know are more deadly, or not cross at all. And it is the former that ended up happening. And we're seeing it again in this instance.
Jacob, whose responsibility is this ultimately? Is it the responsibility of the U.S. government, of Customs and Border Patrol? I mean, once you, regardless of how a family or a parent and a child crosses the border, once you take that child into custody, doesn't the U.S. government have a responsibility to care for that child, to make sure that child is okay, is alive?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head, Katie. You know, you announced that you're about to have a baby on the air yesterday. I have a little son. What would you do if your child was vomiting and had 105-degree fever on a bus driving 95 miles? You know, and when you flagged an official, no matter who you were or where you were, about the fact that your child was in that state, what would you want to have happen to your child? You know, I know that I would want my child to get immediate care from a medical professional. You know, and in this case, it was an hour and a half before that young 7-year-old girl, Jacqueline, got any attention whatsoever, medically speaking. And by that time, she had stopped breathing, and moments later, she started seizing.
Was that because of where they were? They weren't close to a medical facility?
That's what DHS says to me.
A helicopter today couldn't have gotten there?
And you know, I know for a fact, because I've been out with these folks, there's a team called BORTAC. It's a tactical Border Patrol team that specializes in rescuing people. In fact, in some areas on the border, there are rescue beacons where they push the button and have those people show up to save them. So I know that there's a capability for Border Patrol to quickly rescue people and give them medical attention. We know for sure it didn't happen in this instance.
Jacob Soboroff. Jacob, thank you for being here for that.
Thanks, Katie.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.